Hey y'all, and welcome back to the party. It's your girl BrittReacts, and today we are reacting to Joe Rogan can't stop laughing at the story about Tom Segura's father. Let's see what he's got to say.
My dad. So like a month ago, I get a series of texts that are photos that is clearly somewhere on the human body, but it's so punched in, I don't know what I'm looking at. I'm like, what is this? And it's like 3 photos in a row. I'm like, what is this? And then he calls me, he goes, did you see what I sent you? And I go, yeah, what is that? He goes, that's between my scrotum and my anus. And I go, what the fuck, man? And he's like,
What? Tom Segura's dad. You know, I have a picture in my mind of him just based off of the stories that Tom has told. And Tom has told some wild, wild stories about his dad. I can't, though, decide, is he clueless or is he fully aware? And, you know, maybe I'll find out at the end of this story. What?
and I go, what the fuck, man? And he's like, I got an infection down there. And I go, why are you sending me photos? He's like, so you can see what I'm talking about. I go, you could just say it. And then,
but you don't even know what you're looking at.
I don't know what I'm looking at. I'm like, what is this? And then my mother's like, he makes me take pictures. And I show them to him, and he goes, that's not good enough. Take another one.
Oh, wait, so his mom is the one, because he's like half Peruvian, right? So his mom is the one that's Peruvian, hence the accent. Oh, his poor mother. She said she sounded like a hostage. He makes me take pictures. Oh my gosh.
He makes me take pictures. And I show them to him, and he goes, that's not good enough. Take another one. So he's like holding his legs up like a child, changing a diaper. And my mother is snapping photos of an infection on his taint.
Oh my God.
And then he's like, they had to cut something out of me and sew it up. And I'm like, all right.
Cut something out of his taint?
Yeah, he had an infection, he said there.
That bad?
Yeah, I guess that bad. And then I see him 3 weeks ago in person. He comes to a show, and he's like, come here, let me show you something. I'm like, all right. And then on an iPad, like the big iPad, it's the photos, but full screen. I'm like, your taint again? And he's like, did I show you this? I go, yeah, we talked about it. You sent me these photos. I don't want to see my dad's asshole again. And he's like, okay. And he's like totally not getting how crazy it is to send me that. And then I see him.
So he is just, he's clueless. He's like, I want to share this with you. This is an experience I'm having, son. And he doesn't realize, like, maybe not, Dad. Oh my God.
2 days ago, and he goes, hey, let me show you something. At dinner.
No.
Goes, let me show you something. I go, is it a photo of your balls and your ass? And he's like, yeah. I go, we've been over this, man. I don't want to see it. I understand you have an infection.
He sends them to so many people, he forgets.
He forgets who he sent it to. And then, like, he puts it down. He goes, you know.
I was going to say maybe we need to get him, you know, an exam on his head to make sure he's okay as far as his memory is concerned. But no, he can't remember who he email blasted these photos to. So, yeah, okay. Yeah, this is helping the picture. It's pretty much solidifying the picture I had in my head, actually. So thank you, Tom.
And then, like, he puts it down. He goes, you know, a lot of the Vietnamese were so small that grenades could just blow them in half. And I go, what are you talking about? Because, like, in Vietnam. And he's
Was your dad in Nam?
Yeah.
Wow.
He's like, you know, grenades usually will blow like a hand off somebody, but the Vietnamese were really like small people, and sometimes they'd be blown in half. And I go,
that's awful.
What is prompting you to tell me this? And he's like, these are just things I think about. What do you want to get something to eat, buddy? Like, that's how he transitions. And I'm like, what the?
Out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere.
Jesus Christ.
Or he'll tell me like a cartel torture thing that, and I'm like, wow, what's that? And he goes, well, yeah, I have a lot of time on my hands, so I read a lot. I'm like, all right.
Cartel torture?
Anything that's extreme and insane. Yeah, he reads about.
Jesus Christ.
And then he's like, let me get a Diet Coke. And he just, all right. Yeah.
Has he always been like that?
Yes. Yeah. He's like, it's so funny, man. Like, you know, you realize you have like a life study on somebody when you know, like,
right.
You've known.
Wow, that's really
decades,
true.
you know?
That's really true. Wow, I never thought about that. Like, you really, You know, the longer you know somebody, it's like a full-on case study. No, his dad is just free as a bird. He's going to say whatever comes to his mind. Couldn't care less how it makes other people feel.
You have like a life study on somebody when you know, like
Right.
you've known someone like decades and you're like, I still don't fully get the guy, you know? He's still like a bit of a mystery. I mean, I understand him a lot, but it's like, he can't sit still, really.
But could you imagine being in your 20s and getting shipped off to Vietnam and seeing all the
No.
horrible those guys saw, and realizing when you get back the war was for no reason?
Yeah.
That war is injustifiable.
Yeah, it's a big thing, and I mean, and he's one of those guys too that went and signed up, you know, signed up to go.
Thought he was a
Wow.
patriot.
Well, he just was like, you know, yeah, he's of that old school American, like, I'm going to, you know, fight for
Yeah.
my country. Like,
Right.
graduated college and was like, Marine Corps, here we go.
Wow. That also speaks volumes to the type of man that he is. He seems, though, hilarious. That story was hilarious. My grandmother is kind of like that in a way, now that I think about it. I have a similar situation. Maybe not as intimate of photos, but sometimes I'm like, Nana, really? My daughter, too, will send me photos of things in the toilet, and she'll be like, Mommy, look at the color. And I'm like, girl. Anyway, do with that information what you will, and go have the day you deserve. Peace.